All right, guys, welcome back. Today, I got a really nice game to show you. It has a beautiful, beautiful finish. So let's take a look at it. So the game goes knight f3, black played g5. I mean, this move is made to get knight f3 players out of their comfort zone. It's a really funny move. So g5, so white did not accept g3, g4, knight g1. Okay, so white is already starting off wrong. I mean, he's at least got to put the knight on d4 or on e5. So knight g1, and now knight f6. So black is already a little bit better. He has the knight developed and he has a pawn on g4. h3, e5, controlling the center, d4, e takes d4, queen takes d4. Another weird decision, bringing out the queen this early is probably not going to end well. So now the queen is going to get tempoed, I'm sure. So knight c6, queen to d1, d5. So to me, black is already much better. His bishops are free. He has pawns in the center. His knights are out. White is heavily struggling with development. So d5, c3, bishop c5, knight to d2, queen to e7, e3, bishop f5, bishop b5, and black castles. Okay, black doesn't really care too much. White decided to take this knight on c6 and pawn take. Okay, well, clearly I opened my king, but am I in real danger? And the thing is, you're really not, because black has a white square bishop here. So like worst case scenario, like I can move my king, bring my bishop back, and this white square bishop just basically controls all the same squares that the pawn used to control. What's a nightmare is when you don't have this bishop and now you have all these weak white squares. Like let's say this pawn wasn't here. This is a nightmare because now white can maybe like use those squares for his queen and his knight and stuff like that. But in this position, it's really not that bad. Like, yeah, he opened my king, but my king is safe. So b takes c6, knight to b3. The bishop went back, knight to d4. And obviously, we're not going to lose our white square bishop. This is the pride and joy of our position. So we're never going to let him take that. So bishop d7. Now h takes g4, knight takes g4. So look how ahead, massively ahead, black is in development. We have this bishop aiming. We have the knight already hitting these squares on e3 and f2. We have the queen aiming at the king. We can easily bring this rook or try to open this rook. So how do we punish somebody who is massively behind in development? Well, we need to open the game. Once the game opens, then my pieces will just overwhelm him. So the way we open the game, as always, is we trade the pawns. So in this position, after knight takes g4, knight gf3 was played, and black started his quest to trade the pawns. c5, knight to b3, and d4. Again, this is a move you don't have to calculate. Like I promise you, you don't have to calculate d4. You just play d4 and it works. You're opening the position. And you guys will see what happened in the game. So c takes d4. C takes d4. Knight b takes d4. Always think about the bishop that he doesn't have. In this case, we have a white square bishop. This is, like I said, the pride of our position. So we need to find a way to make him useful. Right now, this bishop is not shining to its true potential. So also, maybe white at some point could castle. So black played this really good move here, bishop b5. And that's a problem. Because now the bishop on b5 blocks the king from castling. And it can also go back to a6 where it protects, the black king. So bishop b5 is just an absolutely perfect move. It activates the bishop. And this is the bishop he doesn't have. He cannot oppose that bishop. Like if he had a white square bishop, he can maybe trade it, but he doesn't. So this bishop just dominates the white squares. And pretty much black is just winning here after this. So queen b3, attacking the bishop. Bishop went to a6. Obviously, we're keeping that guy. a4, good move. I guess he wants to go knight b5 and block the bishop. But now the combination. The combination always comes. Black has these pressuring bishops. He has this rook on the d file. He has this pressure, so there must be a combination. So the combination comes bishop takes d4, knight takes d4, and rook takes d4. So now black wins material. And again, if you look at black's pieces, all of them really strong in the middle of the board. Bishop d2, and black just rook takes d2 because he can easily replace the rook. So king takes and rook d8. And the game is basically over. I mean, black is attacking with 4 pieces and the king is in the center. So it's basically over. So now king to e1, queen to e4, hitting the rook. The rook went to h4. And now black won the game with a really, really pretty little move. So black played the move knight to e5. And white resigned, because if you played rook takes queen, then knight to f3 is checkmate, using the cooperation of all 3 pieces. So hopefully you learned something from this game. Hopefully it was instructive to see how the white square bishop must be put to use. Hopefully you feel like the moves like rook takes d4 and rook takes d2 are not like these brilliant, genius moves. They're just how we get to the king. They're just how we open the position. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.